Hello everyone and welcome to D3ath TV, your home for everything entertainment. Before you do any other thing, subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button. Also, hit the notification bell that is behind the subscribe button, that is the red bell button you can see. That is going to notify you of our fresh updates. To continue to be a part of this community, please engage with our content by dropping a comment or two. Like and share everything you see from our end. We will be glad you do so. Hi guys and welcome to this channel. If this is your first time, well, keep watching what we offer here and I promise you would enjoy it. Now to the video of the day. Finally, after over 4 years, Evans the kidnapper has been sentenced to death. I say finally because his sentencing has been a long time coming. His case has been adjourned severally over the course of 4 years. He was arrested in 2017 and they did not sentence him until today. In fact, in 2020, August of 2020, there was rumors that they finally sentenced him to death. We should come and see his death video, the video of them, pulling things from him and his death. But that video did not surface and they were like, oh, it's not true, it's just been adjourned. 2021 alone, they've adjourned the case 3 times that I'm very well aware of. First was in May, then in June, and recently in August of 2021, they adjourned the case. But now, a court in Lagos State, a judge that is governing a court in Lagos State, has finally sentenced Evans the kidnapper to death. Right, so he's going to be there for a long time until his death. Now, people are saying, death sentence in Nigeria is like super story. We'll probably never see his hanging, we'll probably never see his execution, we'll probably not know when he's going to eventually die, or probably they will release him, because people have been saying Evans the kidnapper has been released. Evans the kidnapper's case is just trying to make money off him because they've been on it since 2017. His real name is Chukwudi Onwamadike and he's probably known as Evans the billionaire kidnapper. Guys, you should remember this story when it broke out in 2017, when they said he is the most wanted criminal on the list of 3 different states, in Lagos State, in Edo State, and in Anambra State, where he hails from, because he's from Anambra State. He's from Newi in Anambra State. He's referred to as a billionaire kidnapper, and they said, according to Nigerian police force, he is one of the richest criminals in the kidnapping business in Nigeria. Some of his operations, it makes up to $1 million. Like, it does not just kidnap. They send him to kidnap. In fact, he said that he supervises 3 different gangs, and they arrested some of his gang members and his assistants. I mean, the people that head those gangs, where he's now the boss. It's like a whole operation that is used to run. And they arrested him. In fact, according to reports, when they got to his house in Ilupeju on the 14th of February 2017, that was when they took him. It was said that they took him in June rather of 2017. He said that when when they took him, he was like, oh, I know this is the end of me. I see. That was what he said, according to people that took him, that he said and he knows it is finished and this is the end of him. Like, I am finished, right? And they placed a 30 million bounty on his head when they wanted to take him. Guys, let me start from the beginning of this man's story. Evans the kidnapper. If you do not know who he kidnapped, how he kidnapped them, a lot of top names, they'll pay him to kidnap these people. A lot of people tried to testify against him in court, but the witnesses just kept disappearing. For example, the most recent adjournment of this case before the sentencing happened just today, the 24th of November 2021, one of the witnesses just failed to appear in court. The name of his counsel is Mr. Oyekunle Falabi, and the name of the witness was not provided, but then it did not appear in court, so they had to adjourn the case. And then finally today, they've arrested him. Not just arrested, he is now supposed to die. He was arrested when he was 36, so he's about 40 years, upwards now. That's his age now. He confessed to having been behind virtually all the high-profile kidnap incidents in places including, but not limited to, Lagos, to Port Harcourt, Onitsha, and Aba. In fact, one of his most widely spoken about exploits, I'll call it exploits, was the 2013 attempted kidnapping of the owner of the Young Shall Grow Motors. The Young Shall Grow Motors, yes. He tried to and kidnap him. He confessed that the kidnap job was brought to him by one Emeka. He has different properties. He owned 2 properties in Ghana, one of which is where his wife and 5 children moved to after his arrest. When they arrested him, they saw expensive phone one of which was said to cost $6,000. $6,000 as at then was big money. Now convert it to inflation, we come then, add inflation to it and how much is going to be worth today. Now his arrest was influenced because some 2-3 weeks before they arrested him, some of the, I said that some of the leaders of his gang, his second and third in command, he had different groups that he was the monitor, that he was the supervisor of. They arrested some of them, different locations in the country, and I feel like that was what now helps the policemen, pin down where Evans was at the moment for them to be able to arrest him. In fact, one of the wives of his second in command, yes, that is Mr. Uche Amadi's wife, actually testified against him in court. Her name is Ogechi Uchechukwu. She told the court that her husband lied about his involvement with alleged kingpin, Evans the kidnapper, right? He said that the man used to travel to Lagos, because in his own testimony, he said he does not know Evans, he does not travel to Lagos. She was like, hey, Ogbeni, you they go Lagos, wella. Sometimes you said they give you contracts to try. Maybe he's not performing his duties at home. Maybe she's just been a dutiful Nigeria, but she literally, spoke against her husband in court, led them to further arrest him, and that even aided the sentencing of him. In fact, in her own words, she said, if anyone comes to this court and says that Hamadi has never been to Lagos except in 2017 when he was arrested, then that person must be lying, because they took him in Lagos. But in his own defense, he told the court that he was arrested alongside his wife in Port Harcourt, and I didn't know or have any relationship with Evans. Now, the woman said that they arrested her and they dragged her along because they arrested her husband when she asked them what crime did he commit, and they said they spent 3 weeks in Port Harcourt where they arrested them indeed, then they transferred them to Lagos before they now charged her to court, which I think that is why she's talking, because she's like, this problem on top say you the kidnap person, I should not really go into it. Right now, let's talk about some of the people that this man has kidnapped. Right, let's get to that. He was arrested in Magodo, Lagos. I'll get to how he was arrested, but let's look at a list of the people that this man has kidnapped from 2012 until 2016. Just listen attentively and tell me what you think at the end of the day, right? About 11 a.m. on the 16th of June 2012, he kidnapped Bakarita William Oboma when he got back from Hungary, the country Hungary, and it was close to his house in company of his brother. On their way from the airport, they took them and then they asked for 10 million naira. But family paid 2 million naira, right? And they collected personal accessories and they dropped him off after, just to collect money from these guys. It took a certain Paul Cole, 34, in Festac, along with his general manager, another staff. He is the director of the Paul Cole is director of Ocean Glory Commodities in Apapa. They asked for 10 million, they collected 5 million, they let him go. In 2012 also, they took a Lebanese man, asked for 7 million, they got it, and they dropped him. Also in 2012, they picked a man. He had to pay 1.5 million naira, and they made away with his black Toyota Venza and other assets. You should understand why this man was basically one of the most sought after criminals in all of Nigeria's record, and I kind of understand why his trial took this long. Let's move from 2012. Let's go to let me just talk about 2016 and the things he did. Well, let me talk about 2015 first. Right, it took a man, and the man had to pay 1 million naira. It took 2 men, 2 different times. They kept them for about 2 weeks, 2 months, different times, and they had to pay 1 million naira. In 2016, he held a certain man in Festac town for 6 weeks. He collected $1 million. All this money I'm saying, hey, $1 million is not small money. How would you be collecting $1 million from somebody in 2016? Right, also in 2015, he collected $1 million from an Elias Ukachukwu, and then they paid another $1 million because they said the family members were rude to them during interrogations. This man had caused a lot of havoc and is now sentenced to death. Hopefully I don't know if that will happen or for how long he was going to stay in jail, or is going to be in prison. Maybe he's going to be able to appeal. We don't know how the case would continue from here, but guys, I have it in due record that federal courts in Lagos State are sentenced Evans the kidnapper finally to death. life sentence. That was what he received, and he's just a little bit over 40 years old, so he's probably going to be there for a very long time, a longest time. And I'll be giving you the progression of the story and the gist as it goes on, guys. But don't worry, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss uploads like this. What is happening to here, Heavens the Kidnapper, his wife and his children, what they are doing is I'm going to come and give you that shortly. I just let me give you the gist of what is currently happening to Evans the Kidnapper and where his situation has been, if you've been following his story, that is. Guys, I'll see you in the next video though. Like I said, subscribe and also turn on the notification bell so you don't miss uploads, and I have them for your viewing pleasure. And bye, guys.